Okay, I'm feeling good about the 3 minute games. Let's accept another one. Beute Zug from Germany. And good thing about playing c6 on the first move is then you can pre-move d5 on the next. And let's play the old. I could be wrong. I think it's the win-hour gambit. I could be very wrong. I think that is the case. And yeah, usually you take an e5 there. There have been some famous games there, like Kasparov won game against Nikolic with white very nicely. But I think that was with the pawns in c4 and c6, so it's not exactly the same. Usually, like that's a gambit, but usually you end up giving the pawn back with a somewhat better position, which is the way you should very often treat gambits. Here, I've once again essayed an early h5, but in these structures, it's very, very positionally sound. And frankly, my opponent has just played a little too passively here, and he has, well, basically here, I'm going to say white's position is lost, positionally speaking, because you have the worst structure. I have a fairly easy plan of attacking on the king side, and you don't have any counterplay. And I would say in games between very top players here, you would be absolutely desperate as white. Like, this is a French structure gone horribly, horribly wrong. And it just goes to show that you can very often in the opening play very normal, logical moves and still end up so much worse because you're playing too passively and you don't have a real plan. Now b4, this doesn't really do anything, and I could double rooks here. Rook c7 followed by rook c8, and it's becoming increasingly clear that I just have an advantage across the entire board. Now after rook f1, an important pawn falls here as well, and this spells doom for white. Bishop h1, it's probably the best try, but I'll just give a check. And now that I've won the h pawn, my own pawn is just running down the board very, very quickly. Yeah, there's just no hope for white here. There's not a single weak point in my position. My pieces are perfectly coordinated, and yeah, I can basically win as I please. I'll take on c1, I think. Queen to b5. Always nice to try and finish with some little tactics. You can go queen a2 or queen b2 though, in order to prevent the mate that I was threatening, but he didn't, and allowed mate with rook c1 and queen e2. Okay, yeah, once again a lesson on what can happen when you play all very, very decent moves, but you play a little bit too passively.